Like, where does it say butter? Bro, that's literally butter. Do it fucking a big bite. A big bite. Alright, fuck it.
Today,
Alright, chat.
from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park,
New
York.
Maybe we'll get sick next year. We need to trust
It's
him.
week 17 of the NFL on EA
What?
Sports.
What? Wait, Chuck, is it wrong? Is it wrong?
And we are underway in Buffalo.
Can you keep tries coming?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Allen now looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively, and second down. Allen to throw once more. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On first down, Allen. That's complete to Pierce. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now Allen. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now Allen again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here, right at the 30-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wolf. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now a dump off here complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. The Vikings at 10-5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it. But the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them. Galvanize themselves and go forward and get a win in this one.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. Just down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And Diggs will have a Bills 1st down as the tackle made up at the 27. Here's Allen to throw it. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the gun, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he slips up past the 45 before being
You're
tackled.
supposed to put the stake on
First
trying to
catch,
get
good
these
for
balls
14
down.
there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
A ground up in a field goal. But we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here. And they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. And they'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th.
Now let that baby cook. Let that baby cook, chat.
Catch, and the result is a first down.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
On first down, Griffin. And that'll be complete to Dillon. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On first and 10, it's Griffin. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. He's got his man, it's Pierce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. To fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Allen. Quick slant caught by Pierce. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2nd down and 3. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Allen off the play fake. Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough To keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
On second down, here's Griffin. They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Wolf. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On second down, Griffin to Jefferson on the slant. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. middle they go. Wolf, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. Ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll be taken down at the 18. Second and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Wolf, and down he'll go at the 25. 53 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again, Griffin. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. Yes. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Griffin's throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st down, it's Wolf, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Griffin on first down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now Griffin on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Allen now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession. And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. Griffin. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Now a handoff up the middle. Wolf, and a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Wolf. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 89 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle they go. It's Wolf. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. This a 2nd and 8. Here's Griffin to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. To the air, Allen. Throws a quick hitter on the slant, that's complete. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Bills have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll run on 1st down. Wolf, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd down, it's Wolf. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Right back to him on 1st down. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Touchdown, Vikings! Jamison Williams, 39 yards. And the Vikings have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, they'll run it here.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up from the 44-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That is caught. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds. Before he's inside the 30. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a first down.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. Down at the 25.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He finds Hardy on the slant. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Griffin. And that'll be incomplete. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Griffin. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
.13 yards remaining on second down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Wolf. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Griffin now to throw on third down. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. On first down, Wolf to the 27-yard line.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. And they'll run again. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And This is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
The extra point up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Now 2nd and 3. Now a carry for Algier headed right. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From midfield, here's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Allen going to throw. And complete right side to Cook. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be second down. Now Allen. Oh, no, he lost the football. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10. Griffin. His throw incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. And a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great. But they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's Griffin. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they will take a knee here. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. This one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
This is 1st and 10. Allen. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle.